The first round encounter they're all talking about. It's Great Britain A against Great Britain B. Just who will triumph in the Battle of Britain?
Michael, thank you. You never know how a new team is going to blend together. I just got the feeling, though, given their respective personalities, that Shaw and Elliot Sanderson will be quite a good team. That said, will they be good enough to overcome Great Britain B? Chris Melling and Imran Majid bring a lot of firepower. I think this one is quite a tough one to call, and maybe GBA, the 12th seeds, will be the first seeded pairing to depart. It is Sanderson and Melling to lag. And it's Sanderson who wins and therefore gives Jason Shaw the break.
Thank you. The first right. Great Britain A to break.
This one? Yeah.
Foul stroke. Ball in hand. Start the clock, please.
Well, that was surprising. It must have been a bit thinner than I thought. Most would play that 6-ball in the lower right. And again, quick work here in game number 2.
What a start by the unseeded B team. Imran Majid, as he did in the first rack, taking the applause from the crowd, acknowledging them and saying, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. 2-0 up, and everything is going according to plan from our perspective.
The shot here is looking like maybe Great Britain B will be bringing out the jump cue here in a moment. It's got to go a bit.
Didn't make the journey, Jeremy. Sanderson saying poor shot. I think he just caught it a hair too thick. One thing he was conscious of, the shot clock. He's not that experienced playing with a shot clock, and around the 10-11 second mark he looked up to see where he stood.
Gonna have to let the stroke out here.
Such a good potter, Chris Melling. Such a fine technician, and he's one of those players, when he's playing well, he makes the game look preposterously easy. How about this? What a start. Chris Melling and Imran Majid, are they making a beeline for the last 16? GBB are outstripping the A team at the moment.
Had some nice wins in the UK Open. Another clean shot on the 2. I'll tell you, it's been just ideal after the break for Team B.
I wonder what's going through the mind of Jason Shaw lately in Matchroom events. He's not been a factor, and normally that is the opposite case. Jason Shaw's one ball, the solitary pot achieved by Great Britain A so far. Elliot Sanderson has not one in.
I think just 3 strokes of the cue for Great Britain A so far, and everything perfect for GBB at the moment.
Great Britain B wins the rack.
How about this? Imran Majid and Chris Melling. There's no doubt that Jeremy Jones was onto something. These two have got plenty of incentive. Yes, they're on good terms with the GBA team, but boy, do they want to win. It's a burning desire to prove a point and get through, and now they're just 2 racks away from doing so. Another terrifically played hook. Chris Melling is Imran Majid's timekeeper. When he was down on that shot, you might have heard Melling say 20 seconds. He's letting him know how long left on the shot clock without him looking up and taking himself off.
Yeah, and that's more to let him know not to worry. You know, if there was something alarming, it would be different. But just to let Imran know he's got plenty of time. And now a 4 on the side should lead towards a 6th game in a row for GBB.
Well, I know after the UK Open, Jason Shaw told me he was going to go home to Connecticut and play a little bit of golf. In golf, you try and escape hooks, and that's what he's been doing predominantly in this match, escaping hooks. And eventually, if you're in enough of them, it leads to trouble.
And he's playing 2 very seasoned guys that, you know, you kick out of one safety, they'll just play another. You kick out another safety, they're not going to give in. And you saw it or heard it earlier in the discussion on the break. Needs to go a little bit just to give him a little angle. Should be plenty. I like Imran taking that little extra time right there. These are easy shots, but almost not missable for these type, as long as they don't get in a hurry.
You have to seriously wonder, is the undisputed reign of the seeded nations in this tournament about to end in spectacular fashion? Great Britain B on the hill. The A team are facing a heavy defeat, maybe even a whitewash.
Yeah, he's just got to worry about the 8 and 9 really getting involved in this shot. Looks like he's playing safe. Okay. And again, not trying to give an inch to this team. You can see the respect at even 6-0.
That's the shot from here, bud. Can you get him behind it? Yeah. About 20 seconds. It's going to slide a lot, mate. When you kick this, it's going to squirt to the right. Just draw, a little bit of draw? Yeah. About 10 seconds left. It's nice.
And that could be that. Sanderson turns away in abject disappointment. He's not potted a ball, but in fairness to him, he's not had one to pot.
No, I was totally going the same direction. I mean, obviously the speed was off. It was a tough kick, but really hasn't had a chance to get the arm loose at all. It's been just a couple delicate safeties, a kick shot for Elliott, and, you know, past getting beat in this match, and that's inevitable, it seems, but feel a little bad he didn't get much play time here at the World Cup.
That wasn't the easiest cueing, but Melling delivered the cue poker straight. And unlike most matches here, this isn't about a place in the last 16 primarily. It's about bragging rights. Let it be! The A team haven't just been beaten, defeated, they've been humbled and whitewashed. Chris Melling and Imran Majid had a point to prove, and boy did they prove it emphatically. Great Britain B defeat Great Britain A 7-0, and they are, Shaw and Sanderson, the first seeded team to depart from the World Cup this year.
Estonia have made waves in this tournament before. Could they do so again? They're up against Serbia.
Michael, this is a tough one to call. Estonia were a very surprising semi-finalist in the 2021 World Cup in Milton Keynes, and we've just seen Great Britain A beaten in the first round this year. Well, they lost 7-6 to Estonia in the last 16 last year. Estonia also beat Belgium, the Philippines, and eventually, after a really hard-fought contest, they lost 9-7 to Germany in the semi-finals. So they are not to be underestimated in any way. As for Serbia, well, it's Andrea Klasovic and Alexa Pachelš, the latter, who might well have defeated Joshua Filler in the recent UK Open. Eventually lost 11-10.
A little body movement there. That's a sign, a little bit of a sign of nerves as well. So.
Klasovic using the looped bridge and knocking in the 9-ball at pace. And so Serbia off to the better start.
Got a bit of an angle here. Don't think the 2 passes the 9 in the lower right. The 6 kind of impedes getting position for the 2 in the same pocket as the 1, so we'll see. He's fluked it.
Well, that is worrying, even though it's gone in. Missed that by a long, long way.
I think he's just got to let the draw stroke out here and get some contact coming across with the cue ball, but I think much else is really offered. Maybe short side on the 3 here. They don't look too worried, so he must have a peek at the red 3.
He's looking a little edgy to me, he's Klasovic.
Camera can certainly fool you, because looking from here, maybe has a sliver on the 3, but not really makeable, it looks like, but evidently they like it. That was nicely struck.
Yeah, he's made a good job of that as Andrea, so that's going to help his confidence grow.
This is a nightmare start, isn't it, for Estonia? A nightmare start.
Klasovic has looked edgy. This is turning into a big ball, but he's got to fancy what he's seen from his opponents. It's been shocking so far. He's played it slow. And it has to be said, he's played it very well indeed. Purcell's is delighted with that one.
So far, at least, Serbia are proving a menace for Dennis. Grabber, that is.
Well, he just kicked one round. This is going to work.
The cue ball nestles right up to the 6. Now, that's the kind of shot that can turn things around.
Do you have extension?
Yes.
Take the extension.
Extension code.
Can he not swerve around the edge of the 6, getting just below the side pocket with a lot of left spin into this pink 4? That would be a lot easier than this elevated over the 6-1 rail. That's pretty tough, the swerve shot.
And where the remaining balls on the table were, contact there was imperative. Looks as though Estonia are going to get off the mark.
You get back on the 2, even if you do leave this. Well, you don't get back on the 2. Where's the cue ball? Where's the 3? It's their turn for a fluke, but they've no shot on the 1.
Yeah, and talking about it in the first game, that Dennis really relies on the cue ball a lot for good position. But he came with that first tough shot in the opening rack on the 1, and he's had a couple of them that got away from him since. Oh, that's another fluke on the 8, so I'm not sure where they earned these flukes, but Estonia's getting back in it.
It's becoming a wild night in Essex. It really is. Estonia's La is struggling out there. It's very hot out in the arena as well. It's very warm in England.
Just about to say, he may fluke it. Watch out. Watch out. Oh, I was just going to say, if you're not used to the Rasan, it jumps so easy. When you're jumping at a thin one, you could easily whiff the ball.
Well, that would have been the most incredible fluke I've ever seen. You feel like you've seen it all, but this game will always surprise you. Shooting this in the top corner. It's a blind pot. He's missed it again. This is turning into a scrappy affair. Luckily, the 7 goes past the 8, so this is a chance.
Normally, the way of the world in Q Sports, if you're playing badly, you don't get any run. The Estonians are defying that. Even the way the 7 finished up could have been a lot more amenable for Serbia. But Klasovic knocks it in anyway.
Yeah, that's a mini big moment, isn't it? Because obviously you fancied Klasovic there, but just the way the last 2 racks have gone, you just never knew. And I think overall this is a fair scoreline after 6 racks.
Yes, I'm with you, Carl. I think 4-2 is the minimum that Serbia should get, really. Estonia in a spot of bother.
Yeah, I'm not sure what really the shot is from here. Oh, that's it.
Well, that's going to work. What a shot that is, by the way. He's played it into the rail and made the 9. All of a sudden, there's a game on.
Well, this wasn't a spot of bother. It was out of the blue brilliance. The 5-9 combination. Undoubtedly the shot of the match so far. Now, could that change alter the entire mood? Could that be the catalyst that Estonia have been chasing?
Has left Alexa Baselj. Bit of a shot to play. All he's got to do is pot the 8. Guaranteed position. Oh, Baselj, you're showing a bit of weakness. We've bigged you up, young man. Trying to make his wave in the game. You can't be missing them.
And Dennis uses spin on a lot of these shots from distance, a little more than others. He's got to stay away from it here. It could involve a scratch.
Well, somehow, guys, somehow, I don't know how, but this 9-ball to tie the match up.
Stickability from Estonia. That is the first time they've been back on level terms since they broke off in the opening rack. 4-4.
Easy for the cue ball not to want to move a whole lot. And the 3 and the 6 really come into play, snookering him on the 2. First things first, you got to pocket the 1. That's pretty nice, and I think there is a pocket for the 2.
Yeah, he's done well there. He's done very well.
He kind of got the 1 in the air a little bit with the cue ball after contact, which helped the movement a little bit. Cheated the pocket. Just really about perfect, really. That's more of the stroke we're used to seeing from Dennis.
What a quirky match it's been. But it's all about getting the W, especially so early on in this tournament. Oh, no! Now, that was a massive movement of the head and the shoulder. No excuse for that whatsoever. The reason, quite simply, accumulated pressure.
Well, just when you think you've seen it all, this match throws up another twist. Unbelievable. Look at that. 8 missed pots.
Extension code.
Dennis Grabber is the senior player in the Estonian team, but that was a rookie error.
Can't even look at his partner, can he? Baselj to tie the match up 5-5. Simply incredible.
Another extraordinary twist.
Hard to predict anything from happening in this match. So you got to feel like whoever gets the first shot's going to clear the table. Wow, what a hit. What a hit. You go for the bank here, Carl, to try and win the match. It's not sitting bad.
Well, if he doesn't see an obvious safety shot, and if he doesn't fancy one, I don't see why not.
Well, Mika Immonen in his prime would have already rolled this bank in and be shooting about the 5-ball by now, but
He's gone for the bank. It's close, but it's not there. Serbia are still alive in this match. What a match it's been. It's not been a match of high quality standard, but we've seen a lot of that so far in 2 days. This is a refreshing change, seeing all 4 guys dog it out there. Saros to break.
Serbia to break.
What is going to happen off this break shot? This is the beauty of 9-ball pool. The break shot, you just never quite know what's going to happen. The cue ball's got kicked in. The cue ball has got kicked in. There's the 2-ball past the purple 5.
and he's made 3 on the break as well.
over the years. We've seen some crazy matches in the World Cup of Pool. I will recall Croatia against Vietnam in the early days. So many mistakes, so many blunders. It's been that kind of contest here.
3 balls dead on the top rail. That might play a little bit of a part.
Yeah, I don't think the 2 passes the 5 so easily. Look at this predicament with ball in hand. He may have to draw the cue ball straight up the rail to the short side of the 2, hoping to get a clean shot and something that offers position on the 3 at the top of the screen.
Yeah, it doesn't pass, does it?
Extension
Because
goal.
it did. There's no way Dennis would be putting the cue ball there. So even though Purcell's just been a little bit unlucky, at least there's a couple of shots he's got to play. There's a bit of hope for Serbia.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, on the other side of things, if Estonia can get out here, would really give them a lot of confidence going into the next match. And I think he may have gained just a hint of an angle. Certainly got a shot. Corey Dewell might jack up and massay this cue ball back down for the 3. I might too if it's straight in, by the way, Carl, if there's no other way to do it. Oh, he loves it. He loves it.
Oh, he's done well there, hasn't he? That is never easy. Look how straight it was. You could often end up under-hitting the positional shot there. Looks like there's a little bit of an angle, but is the cue ball running towards the 6?
Yeah, he's got to give his opponent a little angle here on the 5, and he's got to trust his opponent that he can come with a long shot.
The manner in which things have transpired in this match suggests there might be one more twist.
That was Dennis that have been saying, don't hit this too hard, buddy. Just kill the cue ball there. Don't do anything silly.
Yeah, Dennis has gotten him really in the perfect place to keep this shot as simple as possible. Like Carl said, just stop your ball.
He's not said a word, though. I just hope he doesn't hit this too hard. Well, look at that. He's drawing it all the way back up table.
He's feeling better than we are, Carl, I'll tell you that.
Wow. Well, it wasn't an easy rack at Hill. There was work to do. It was unlucky from Team Serbia. Dennis wants this cue ball to keep rolling. He's kind of just got there. It's a little thin. Maybe he should have used the 3rd rail. Biggest shot of your career. This 9 ball to win a Hill thriller.
12 months on, Estonia are back as the kings of the deciding rack. What a match that was. They committed so many mistakes. They made so many errors, were responsible for so many blunders, and yet in the final analysis they've got what they ultimately desired, the victory at 7-6. It wasn't pretty. Serbia slumped, one of them at least in each chair. As for Estonia, they are ecstatic.
And former 2-time champions Austria, starting their quest for a 3rd title when they play Finland. In that side is former world champion Mika Immonen.
Thank you, Michael. 2 European big heavyweights, 2 guys who have won a lot of big majors in the sport of 9 ball, Albin Ocean, and then that man on your right, Mika Immonen. Both have had success in this tournament. Joined for this match, Rolly Williams, welcome.
Carl, it is a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to be right next to Carl, one of the greatest commentators in this tournament.
Thought you was going to say world then.
Well, that too.
It's Finland who wins the leg.
One ball's tracked back up towards that nasty little purple 5. Tried to pocket the one. He tried to squeeze it through, and it stayed over the pocket.
It looked good. Just hung up. Now remember, these aren't your average bar pockets. These are deep cut all the way into the back. If you want to make a ball, you have to put it straight into the leather.
You said a moment ago he possesses a lot of cue power. And he's done well getting there, he really has. A little tester is this one. Just got to float this in. Hold for the 9 in the same pocket. Maybe he could play it around the table, but holding it looks like it's the ball.
Nothing but net.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a decent roll, isn't it, from Yannick? Because he's going to be feeling a little bit of heat. He has to.
Absolutely. But Finland's got a deep bench of talent. It's a small country, but for some reason they're incredibly good at using a stick to hit a ball into another ball into a hole.
Mika's got a nice angle here now, so he can just play the natural shot off 2 rails. Oh, and a mistake from nowhere. This is what Austria have been wanting. A little bit fortunate where the 4's finished, but at least the back at the table. Didn't see that coming. Finland would look good, so was Mika. Mika's just put a couple of eye drops in. Is Max taking this on? It's thin. I don't believe he is. He's trying to get the cue ball behind the 9, and this is not going to work at all. It really isn't. He's under it that by a long way. He's trying to get the 4 all the way up table and stick the cue ball behind the 9. And another miss.
Wow. You did not expect to see that. This is not typical of these guys. I guess both of these players are their first year here at the World Cup, but you also saw Mika miss the same ball earlier.
Yeah, this is a big shot for Max. Obviously, you've not a lot of table time.
Ooh.
And that is worrying. That is worrying. Yeah, and he's already missed a pink 4 ball in this pocket. This one is a lot harder, but it's a chance to redeem yourself. That was much better, a lot better. When you've got somebody like Albin who's won a lot of tournaments, people start to look up to him and maybe copy what he does, and it's just like any old sport, really. He's glanced the 9.
Oof. You did 9.
He's glanced the 9.
Well, let's check that. But
Albin doesn't know.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Albin doesn't know.
Very smoothly, but you did hit that 9 foul stroke. We can check it, but...
We can check, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely hit that 9.
Definitely moved. Albin doesn't know. Let's look at the 9 ball now, folks. Watch this 9 ball. It just wobbles.
Yeah.
You'll see it in a minute.
Oh, you could hardly see it in that replay, could you?
They need to play it faster.
Could you play it just in
It's actually
normal speed,
harder to
please?
see in slow motion because it wobbles so slightly.
Did you see it as well?
Definitely.
Yeah,
You can see the 9 after contact here, Ollie. Watch it. When the cue ball gets...
Yeah,
there you see it rocks.
Yeah, regular speed. Another good call.
That is as thin as you're ever likely to hit a ball. That was unbelievable. What eyes Marcella's got. He clearly ate his carrots when he was a kid.
Albin makes a difficult shot but catches a point. I think they're still going to have a shot here on the 5. It's not what he wanted, but I think he'll live with it.
Yeah, Albin was just trying to catch the rail before the middle there. And this is Max's time to step up. You are part of Team Austria, Max. This is your moment. You 4-1 down. This simply has to go. And gone it as.
What a shot.
But the cue ball has clattered the 9 and scratched. Simply incredible. Back-to-back racks have ended with a foul.
Did you play? No, you missed.
Look at this, the double kiss. Well, it wasn't a double kiss. I thought it double kissed and went in. It went straight off the 9. Albin then in the rack where he just edged the 9. He could have played that safety shot, remember? He decided not to, and then he ended up fouling, and then the previous rack just before the break. So that's 3 racks there.
Oh, that is a nice little shot from Mika. You can tell he's feeling pretty confident. He plays really, really well with a lead.
Good. 15 Sekunden.
Now Albin is a surgeon with his jump cue, so I wouldn't be surprised if this found a pocket here.
It's no good. It was never going to be easy.
Extension call.
It's a thin one in either pocket. Top right pocket looks to be more favourable from this view.
Now, Carl, I seem to recall a time you were down like 6-1 against Ralph Souquet and came all the way back and took that down. How did you find the motivation being down so deeply, and can Austria find that same motivation?
I believe they can, but I think the big difference is when you're playing singles, if you can win a couple of racks, you're obviously playing more shots than what these two would do if they win a couple of racks. And in the World Cup of pool, you just can't really settle. You know, you're never really in a groove. It's all very stop-start because you're playing a shot each. It's a pure grind. You've got to focus on your shot, your pot, and try not do anything silly. But you feel at 6-1 down, this is just a mammoth task ahead. And Max is faced with a tricky shot here into the top left. Likes to play the ball hard.
Oh.
And he's missed it by an absolute mile. Just not been at the races. He really hasn't. Austria are 4 balls away from going out of this year's event.
You can see him shaking his head. He's not happy with that. Just the confidence drained away. Again off the point. Mika can't stop hitting those points.
Yeah, he potted the ball a little bit fat, didn't he, off the bottom side of the pocket. That was the problem. But Yanni's done enough in this match to make me believe he's okay here. Just pot it, a little bit of left-hand English, come off the bottom rail. Yeah, that's good enough. Mika doesn't have to go crazy with the cue ball here. That's a job well done. And it's there, Team Finland, Nick Ivan, a former champion. He's got a new partner, Jani Uski. They knocked one of the favourites out, and they are delighted. Finland with a lot of fans in the crowd tonight. It's a big, big win, 7-1 over Team Austria. devastation. 2 years on the spin. Austria bow out in the first round.